David Benedict. Once again, here's Bob Joyce.
And yes, the aforementioned Mr. Benedict is with us in the doghouse, the Clutter Farms doghouse. We thank them for their sponsorship once again this season. First of all, how are you? And welcome to a new football season.
Good. I feel like I'm in the doghouse.
No. Well, you should. You
Both
are
physically and literally.
Right, but no.
No. Hey, listen. I'm jacked up. We got a great crowd. Here we go. It's time.
Yep.
The one thing you were pointing out was, as we were sitting here, is the lineup right now that we're seeing in front of us to get in all students. Very important for you to see students in this ballpark.
Yeah, look, we've got one of the largest, maybe the largest freshman class ever at the University of Connecticut. And we've got a ton of tickets out to our students. So hopefully we'll get a significant turnout today. It certainly looks that way from the line that we're seeing forming right in front of us. And, look, there's a part of today that we obviously want to secure the victory. That's the most important thing. But the way you win is also important. We got to put on a show today.
David, it's been an interesting, last couple of months for you? Maybe a little bit of temporary closure coming Thursday. What's that been like for you to go through that once again?
Yeah, look, Bob, it's been an interesting dynamic time in college athletics in general.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the local stuff. It's just a very, very unique and the rapid change that is ongoing currently. In my 25 plus years of being in the industry. So that in itself is really, I don't want to say it's unsettling, but it's uncertain. And so we have to do everything we can to be flexible, to be creative, and to find ways to manage whatever it is that's being thrown at us in a way that we protect, the priorities that we have for our athletic department, which is to provide transformational opportunities to young people and compete for championships. But, as it relates to all the other external conversation about UCONN specifically, look, we're very fortunate that we've put ourselves back in a place where our brand is valued at the national level in many, many ways. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that we're looked at as a value add. So that part of it is good. I know that the conversation for lots of different, whether it's individuals or conferences, our conference, that part of it is disturbing because it's disruptive in a way, but it's just part of the business that we live in. Every major conference besides the SEC has a national footprint, and just like we were talking about earlier about everything changing in really the NCAA structure, everything's changing in conferences as well. So we've talked about this many times. The only thing that's constant is changing. So.
Big 12 is what we're talking about for those who have been kind of living under a rock in the state of Connecticut when it comes to athletics, right? Because it is the biggest story in the state of Connecticut. A lot of people love the Big East, and when we got back there, we're super excited about, everything that's happened and what's going to happen in the future, especially basketball speaking. But you were very transparent. I was actually surprised how transparent you were in the whole process of you having conversations with the Big 12, and then this past week saying those conversations has come to an end. You also have the Big East balance at the same time as these conversations are going on. What else can you just tell us about the Big 12 situation regarding UCONN and with Big East right there as well?
Ben, I think I've already stated it. We're a national brand. We are the data and the statistics about our fan engagement are unbelievable, and they can only get better with respect to the fact that to maintain their student population, because there's actually a population cliff just for college eligible age individuals, and so there's less people that are going to college because there's less people at that age group. And so while everyone's fighting to try to maintain, we're growing, which is pretty amazing. We have an unbelievable brand. We have an unbelievable academic institution and offering at the University of Connecticut. So we're an attractive, potential member for other conferences. And, it's my job, and certainly we love our affiliation with the Big East. It's been a great return for us. I think, over 30 championships in the last 3 years. We're excited about our affiliation with the Big East. But if someone's going to reach out and wants to have a conversation about a conference affiliation, we're gonna have those conversations. Whether or not it's the right opportunity for us, we'll have to put our heads together and see if that's the case. The Big 12, this is the second summer in a row that we've had conversations with that conference, and obviously we know the conference commissioner has a significant interest, thinks that we provide or would provide a lot of value to their conference. But at this point in time, we're excited about where we're at today, and we're going to continue to do what we do.
A few more minutes with David Benedict, Director of Athletics at UCONN here in the Clover Farms Doghouse. Bob, Joyce, Ben, Darnell here. Today, for folks coming into the stadium for the first time, there's some new signage on the field. The Stores Central NIL initiative to see that. That's something new, and I think other schools have done it, but at least UCONN was the first to show it that we're doing it on the field.
Yeah, look, it's a new age, and as we progress through the transformation in this enterprise, and student athletes are being given more opportunities to leverage their own name, image, and likeness, we're going to continue to have to be creative as it relates to helping them take advantage of that. And so Store Central is an entity that was created by a couple individuals who we sincerely appreciate their commitment to UCONN athletics. I hope that everyone that's listening, if you're not a current subscriber to Store Central, we hope that you'll consider doing that, because all of that support goes back to the student athletes in the way of creating opportunities for them in name, image, and likeness. So putting the logo on the field was just another iteration of that, and hopefully people that aren't familiar with Store Central, when they come to the game today or they're watching on TV, will look at that and say, hey, what's Store Central, if they don't already know, and they'll check it out. So look, we're excited about all the support that our student athletes are getting, but there's certainly need for more. So all you companies within the state of Connecticut, please think about getting involved in creating opportunities to engage with our student athletes.
XL Center might be getting an upgrade. We're going to spend a lot of money to
Campbell's
try to
getting
make
an
that
upgrade.
rain.
Not might. It's going to.
It's going to.
Let's talk in the affirmative.
How much of a role did you have in any of that planning, and what are you expecting to see when that's all said and done?
Our only role, specifically was really just collaborating with the folks that are in charge of the project, primarily the Oakview Group and Mike Freemuth with the CRDA. It was really just making sure that the plans that they have to renovate Excel. Well, actually, it's not Excel anymore.
Right. Whatever it's going to be.
Yeah,
called.
the
place
arena,
downtown.
The Hartford
downtown,
Civic Center.
There you go.
I'm sure there's going to be a great opportunity. More options, and I think if you look at the Civic Center as well as our on-campus facility, Gamble Pavilion, the one thing that we're really lacking is premium opportunities. And regardless of how you like to enjoy an athletic event, people are looking for those premium opportunities, and they'll spend money if you have the type of experiences that we hope that as we invest this money, in addition to a lot of other things, will create opportunities where we can drive more revenue, because we're in a stage where resources are very important, and so we've got to do things for our fans that are going to create experiences that they'll want to invest more money. And we couldn't be more appreciative of our fans. We're sold out on the men's side, both at Excel and Gamble this year, and the women, we've sold more season tickets than we have in a decade. So all of that is great news, but I think the renovations will give us opportunities to produce more, because people will have a different offering than what they've had previously.
Awesome stuff as always. David will join us each and every home game 2 hours before kickoff, so our next one will be the 21st, be around 5:30, because that's a night game. David, always a pleasure to have you here on board. We appreciate you stopping by, and enjoy the day today.
Yeah, thank you to all the fans that are out now, and look, we need you. This team needs you, and we look forward to seeing you in your seats early today and making a lot of noise. Go Huskies.
There you go. David Benedict, Director of Athletics, with us here on the UConn Game Day. We're going to visit with the Alumni Spotlight, not one, but two former Huskies. And they live in this, well, they did live in the same house for many years. Those are the Myers. Norm and Tommy coming up next here on Fox Sports 97.9 Hartford and AM 1300 in New